This is Sybert signing into Kane's Wrath on the map Tournament Crater for a 1v1 between the Cyan GDI in the north, Futurama, and the yellow Scrin in the south. Give it up for Drive. Drive and Futurama, one of Kane's Wrath's classic couples. But this time, they are, of course, against each other once again. I feel like more recently, because of East versus West, which was just a ton of games, ton of fun, and a super... I don't know why he was shooting that bugger for a moment, but he was. Oh, they both grabbed the EMP control centers as well. Anyways, these two guys have been playing on the same team for a little while, at least from what we've seen. But they, of course, for those of you who don't know, used to play a lot of 1v1s against each other, and I think they are back to doing at least some of that. Probably this was a random v random, so GDI versus Scrin, they probably didn't know that it was GDI versus Scrin. But they, of course, do have an idea now, as both bunkers do get cleared out. And unfortunately for Futurama, he loses those scouting riflemen. And he's actually going to be pulling back another rifleman squad back to the main base. But I'm excited just for a regular old 1v1. And especially after getting to see East versus West. We get to see these guys now against each other. And okay, so these guys are completely flatlining this opening. I mean, a little bit of scouting coming in here from Drive, but like very stock standard openings, and another harvester coming out for Futurama. So yeah, other than the EMP control centers, these two openings from these guys are as down the middle as you can possibly get. No early blue Tiberium stealing, nothing like that. It is just regular old macro games. Okay. Looks like Futurama is going a couple of APCs, a couple of rocket squads as well. We did see a Seeker tank popping on out. A couple of Seekers, it looks like, from Drive. He's going to be scouting at least with 3 Seekers across to the other side of the map. Is he going to... He might be going EMP Control Center, but he also could be going potentially for the Blue Tib or the Tiberium Spike. I can't imagine him trying to rush into the main base with this kind of a force. Okay, so it looks like, I don't know, 4, maybe 5. Yeah, 5 APCs. So this is feeling very much like what Bike Rush does in a lot of games recently. I'm not sure who decided that 5 APC Rocket was the best transition into your natural expansion for GDI, but it seems like something that a lot of people have grabbed onto. Seeker tanks are there. Portal going down. No nerve center, though, so no lightning spike. It is going to be a second, or an additional refinery at the natural expansion for both players as the APCs chase away these Seeker tanks. And oh no, poor Futurama. It happens to us all. The best players are just like you and me sometimes, and it looks like Drive is not yet aware of this. I mean, if he does see it, or when he does see it, he'll just kind of know, okay, I've got a little bit of an economic edge. It's not some kind of huge, gigantic advantage, but it is a nice little economic edge to know that your natural expansion is always going to be 5-10% more efficient. I might be overselling that. It might only be like 4%. Ooh, APC is going to be walking into a nest of descent, and every single APC is going to go down. No mine drops. Nothing. Futurama was not paying attention to those APCs, and unfortunately, he lost all of them almost without his own knowledge. Nerve Center is up. Lightning Spike is now here, and this Harvester going to be taking a bit of damage and going to be getting harassed as it tries to steal some of that blue Tiberium. Drive going to be going for the blue Tiberium harvest as well. There's the Nerve Center. He's got his double refinery on the expansion. No Tier 3. Oh, because he just literally placed it. I was going to say no Tier 3 even queued up, but he's got it already completed. AP ammo is 60% done or so. Tier 3 comes on up. No one has grabbed their mutant hobbles. Not that we really expected it. But the tib spike is actually getting targeted here, and Futurama is going to be losing his right tib spike. A couple of APCs going to be fighting against these gunwalkers. One APC might... Oh, no eject on that Rifleman squad either. AP ammo finishing up a couple of moments too late. No eject on those rockets either. So a little bit of sloppiness coming in here from Futurama. His MCV may be taking a bit of damage from that Gunwalker, but that is a second MCV. Going to be a follow-up with this Marv. Meanwhile, Descent on the left side of the map going to get targeted down by these Riflemen, and unfortunately, the buzzer is not ejecting out from that bunker, so the Descents will get cleaned up completely. And the first Mechapede finds himself an MCV in the middle of the map. Futurama's double MCV Sonic Emitter play is getting completely shut down here by Drive. Drive has that tier 3. He's got those Mechapeds on the way, and this MCV play has been completely, well, he trades it actually out for one Mechapede EMP to lock down that MCV to shut down the Sonic Emitter. This is only 2 Mechapeds, so they're not doing a huge amount of damage to buildings, but Sonic Emitter comes back online, just barely out of range there. This Lightning Spike still online, harassing those Harvesters, and it will kill a Harvester if it's not if it's not careful. MCV packs up, but there's the cell. Drive gets a kill on the MCV of Futurama, completely resetting the GDI plan for the late game. Reclamator Hub is here, and Drive, well, he has stalled out Futurama's late game plan, but Drive's MCV is still here on the high ground. He has not made for his third. He does have the signal transmitter there, and no gravity stabilizer, no warp chasm, so he doesn't have a second MCV anywhere on the map. Juggernaut's going to be taking some shots at that bunker, just trying to clear out the space. Couple of Gunwalkers, couple of Seeker tanks with the Shard upgrade, now making their way to the left side of the map. And yeah, no Warp Chasm. Might be one finishing up. No, actually a power plant is here. So additional MCV is here. What is this Predator tank shooting at? He's just shooting at the ground right next to there. An accidental control click as the Mechapede swarm in to the main base. There's 3 Harvesters here. One Mechapede almost gets annihilated there. That's that Sonic Emitter almost killing it completely, but technically allowing it to escape. It's just got 1 HP basically and no segments, so it can't actually do anything. These Harvesters should be, I guess, transferred away to the natural expansion, maybe even to the third. The MCV is moving out once again. Drive, he's completely eaten through his natural expansion. It looks like he just called in Icor Seed, so he's got a little bit of longevity there. And actually, Drive is maybe going to be killing the Tib Spike in the top left-hand corner. Eradicator Hexapod is here as well. Looks like it's going to be way down in the south, and these tripods are now upgraded with force fields. Futurama actually has a decent setup here. Juggernaut's coming in from his natural expansion. It's going to really depend on the positioning here, and it looks like the Tib Spike is going to go down. The Sonic Emitters are not going to be able to save it, or the Shatterers, rather, are not going to be able to save it. And a Harvester sniped in the main base. These Mechapedes just hanging out, EMP ready to go. It blasts, it misses the tripods, or at least 2 of them. Takes away the force fields from 2 of them. Shockwave Artillery ready to fire up. There's going to be the lockdown on the MCV as well. EMP in his own barracks, though, as he gets 2 of the tripods, and 2 other tripods keep moving forward. Shock troopers on the front line trying to cut down the GDI infantry, but it's pretty much just riflemen here for Futurama. Engineers popping on out. There's the EMP as the buzzer swarm gets called in. The MCV gets shut down, but the second MCV places a watchtower that kills off the Prodigy as well. This Eradicator Hexapod a little bit far away from the front line, but it looks like the Husks do go down. No claiming of those Husks for Futurama. Drive is covering his bases, and those tripods up above are currently not getting attacked, but this Eradicator Hexapod with the double Juggernauts pounding away at it. Finally, the Corruptors show up, but it might be too late. This might be too much GDI firepower. Zone Troopers and Shatterers coming in from the north. There's the phase. to save it. Always the phase to save it. And these tripods walking their way away in the north. They might even be able to shut down that EMP control center. A couple of engineers standing by useless as all of the husks have been cleaned up. One harvester gets taken out. Drive, his economy has been flatlined for the last couple of minutes. He's had no fresh Tiberium fields for more than a couple of minutes, but he does at least have 2 mechapedes in the main base of Futurama. I'm not sure if killing this command post is really going to do too much to reset Futurama at this point, but Futurama continues to press on forward. Every single zone trooper has gone down. He's going to be following it up with riflemen and rockets to bolster the effectiveness. There's the EMP, the blink forward, as the mastermind sacrifices this tripod to get the EMPs. This is a delay tactic, but the Marv is still at above 50% health. This is not enough to stop this GDI firepower from burning down the natural expansion. Is this going to be the weirdest base trade ever? The drone ship can fly, so it can escape for the most part, but in theory, the army of Futurama is stronger on the face of it. Tripod going to get targeted down. The other tripod, I think, went down the husk, maybe getting eliminated. The MCV has not escaped just yet. The rockets are closing in, so even if it does take to the skies, it's going to be close either way. The MCV of Futurama is untouched. His expansion at the 3rd is largely untouched. His harvesters are getting targeted down. He only has a watchtower defending against that mechapede, but Drive has overdone it. He's overstayed his welcome. His Eradicator Hexapod is his last hope, and it's going to come down to the positioning once again. The angles of this engagement could completely solve it, but Drive is doing a phenomenal job of cutting down the harvesters of Futurama. Futurama has the better eco, at least in theory, but not if his harvesters are just getting picked off and eliminated. More infantry reinforcements coming in. I think Futurama maybe has done it, but he can't stop these 2 tripods. He might lose his entire main base, in which case he'll only have this area to defend. He's got the Marv. So in theory, if he could get the Marv over to that other field on the other side, EMP gonna fire off. It catches the Eradicator Hexapod, and that Eradicator is getting shut down, but there's gonna be the return fire as the Marv gets caught. The rocket squads are doing what damage they can. The Corruptors get turned around. They get reverse moved away. It's not too big of a deal. Buzzer Swarm support power gets called in. Watchtower going to clear out the buzzers, try and keep those infantry alive. There's the whisk away. That Eradicator Hexapod actually didn't go as far as you might have thought. The Mastermind is going to try and clear out more harvesters at the blue field getting targeted down. This is a huge cash cow up in the top right-hand corner. Drive has subsisted on stealing away the blue Tiberium in the bottom left-hand corner. He has been harvesting that consistently, and Futurama has not had that advantage. 3 mechapedes coming in. Their segments getting cleaned up. Every segment that goes down is a little bit less DPS for these mechapedes. This one tripod, Drive with infinite tripods just circling around the map, finding weaknesses and openings, and every single harvester of Futurama, it seems, is going down. One on the dock, and it's getting targeted as even it will go down. The mechapede almost falling, but staying barely alive. The main base, once again under threat. The command post has been rebuilt, and one tripod may be able to be overtaken as the husk remains on the ground. Futurama may be able to save his main base with that tripod and with the infantry. One harvester remains for Futurama. He's got the Marv, of course, and we can't forget about that. The Marv could walk over here, get a decent amount of cash, and of course, you know, some people will say that, and it's true, that having the Marv is a less efficient way to harvest the field, but when it's your only harvester, it is certainly better than nothing. Dang! Drive gets the husk moments before an engineer would have popped on out. Drive also has the double tib spike. That's something that's really been keeping him in this game. I think he should have been dead a long time ago, but he has done such a good job of killing Futurama's economy. Is he going to get it again? Oh my gosh. 2 mechapedes. They're just going to be kind of shooting up that watchtower, not necessarily doing a whole lot of damage. Another wormhole pops up. Another MCV to go down. There's enough fresh cash boost. Oh, no. He's going to whisk it away. Oh, no. Futurama loses another MCV, and I think that's his only build queue. That might be literally his only build queue. He may not even have a war factory. He's basically completely lost. He's got that engineer. He's going to be going maybe even for the mutant hovel. The MCV heads off. There's no drone ship since a couple of minutes ago, and there was no gravity stabilizer ever produced, so no second drone ship. This is down to it, and I think if Futurama can grab this mutant hovel, he's actually going to be able to stay in the game, and Drive won't necessarily think to kill off the mutant hovel in the corner of the map. Drive hasn't taken his own mutant hovel. He's got those double tib spikes, but he doesn't have anything besides maybe this MCV. EMP control centers online for one player only for Futurama. I'm not sure if he just used it or not, but Futurama is going to have to try and chase down Drive's last remaining forces. I don't actually know where the MCV went off to. It's way over here, hanging out with that mastermind, and Drive, moments away from death and destruction. With a mobile construction vehicle, and no, Drive has found it. I think Futurama is gonna lose. His glorious army will explode upon impact, and all because this MCV got whisked away to the right side of the map instead of the left side of the map. What tragedy as these guys search for the last bits of hope. The GG gets called. Futurama, no! Oh my gosh, Drive versus Futurama. These two guys providing such an entertaining matchup pretty much every single time. Drive always with those tib spikes just ticking away. He was actually ahead on eco, despite the fact that he never took a proper third, and Futurama got about half of that third Tiberium field, but he never had the blue tib, and he never had the tib spikes, and that'll do it for a phenomenal game between Drive and Futurama. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is Sybert, signing out.